This cheesy, super tasty omelet contains no eggs, and there's no cheese in it either. This is a plant-based reproduction of the omelet from the bear.
Okay, so I know this is sacrilege for a cooking show to say, but I wasn't a big fan of the show. I watched part of the first season and I just kind of stopped. Monica was the one that really kind of got me back into it, and we just blasted through the second season. But really, all of the arguing and yelling, it was just like, it was a lot for my anxiety. I mean, it was just so much to watch. But the second season had a lot of episodes in it that I really liked. The thing that really got me was the omelet that Sydney made for Natalie. That looked phenomenal, and I just wanted to kind of recreate it if it was vegan. I've made a lot of eggs in the past. I haven't done it in a while, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to start again. Now, before we start, I'm gonna say that all of this stuff can be easily purchased at the grocery store. So before I get the comments of saying like,
for me, I just crack an egg and scoop the thing, and it takes me 3 minutes and I'm done.
I could do that too. I can buy a vegan egg like Just Egg, and I can get vegan cheese that has a very similar consistency, and I can make it in the same amount of time. I'm doing this if I were doing it from scratch. So let's get rolling.
So we're going to be making our egg out of mung bean. I've done this in the past. It comes out really good. We're going to start with 1 cup of mung bean and then just add enough water to completely cover it up. Toss this in the fridge for at least 3 to 4 hours, but overnight works even better. So now on the next day, we're just going to drain them, give them a rinse, and then toss them right into a blender, along with some protein. I'm going to be using more mung bean protein, but like a pea protein would work really great here as well. I'm going to use about a tablespoon of that, along with a teaspoon of xanthan gum. You don't need this, but it's going to help the fluffiness of the egg and make it a little bit more elastic. Now, along with that, we're going to be adding 1 pinch of Kala Namak, which is called black salt. It has a really nice eggy taste to it. It adds a lot of that flavor. And some turmeric and garlic powder. Now, I'm going to add a spatula into the blender and just be careful and just kind of start pulsing this to kind of turn it into like a thicker paste, almost like a gummy peanut butter. Now, I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil and continue pulsing until it's nice and thick. The point of this is to break down the mung bean without heating up the starches. Now, I'm going to pour out about 1.5 cups of cold oat milk and then just add in about 1/2 cup at a time until we get a consistency that's just a little thinner than like a pancake batter. Once we're there, we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, pulse this one more time, and then I'm going to pour this through a mesh strainer and kind of push it through. This is going to make a mess. This wasn't my best method of doing this. I should have used a larger bowl. Now I'm just going to toss a lid on this, throw this in the fridge, and let it rest for about an hour, which is plenty of time for today's sponsor.
Real is the future of tree-free, premium quality paper products. Humans are cutting down tens of thousands of trees every day just to supply the American need for toilet paper. Toilet paper from Real is 100% bamboo. So they're using a plant that grows fast, can be harvested and regenerated, kind of like a lawn, and it doesn't impact entire ecosystems of forests. So let's stop cutting down trees to make toilet paper. It's shipped free to my door in plastic-free packaging, and I can schedule it on a subscription so it comes exactly when I need it. And it's pretty amazing toilet paper. It's 3-ply softness with no inks, dyes, or BPA. And it's super absorbent, so to me, it feels like I'm using less. Which that's even better. The best part is, Real is now partnered with One Tree Planted, so with every box of Real that you buy, they are funding reforestation efforts across the country. Real paper is available in easy, hassle-free subscriptions or one-time purchases on their website. And like I said, all orders are delivered right to your door with free shipping and 100% recyclable, plastic-free packaging. If you head to realpaper.com/Saucestache and sign up for a subscription using my code Saucestache at checkout, you'll automatically get 30% off your first order and free shipping. That's REELPAPER.com/Saucestache or enter promo code Saucestache to get 30% off your first order plus free shipping. Let's make a change for good this year and switch to Real paper.
Real is paper for the planet. Now in the bear, Sydney pipes a line of Boursin cheese into the omelet. We're gonna make that same cheese, but out of cashews. This is gonna be really simple. This is gonna take about 2 cups of cashews. We're gonna drop them into a salted pot of boiling water, cover, lower the heat, and let rest for about 30 minutes. Then we're just gonna drain them, drop them into a food processor, and add apple cider vinegar, and start pulsing and breaking down the cashews into like a cashew paste. Then I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of lactic acid. Now this lactic acid is produced by fermenting sugar beets. Totally plant-based, has nothing to do with lactose. Now we're gonna add my favorite ingredient,
SG.
Now we just need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Continue pulsing until we get that cheese consistency that we're looking for. Now the boursin is garlic and herb, so we're going to be making this garlic and herb. We're going to add about 3 cloves of garlic and then just blend, and then we're going to keep pulsing until it's a very smooth consistency. If needed, you can add a little bit of water, a few drops at a time to get it a little smoother. Now I'm just going to chop up some chives, add in a little parsley, and pulse. Now this is perfect. I'm going to toss it into a container, throw it in the fridge until it's needed. Now it's time to make our omelet. So I'm going to use a small non-stick pan over a low-medium heat. My stove gets pretty hot, so it's going to be low. In the Bear, she used around 3 eggs, so it's going to be about 3/4 of a cup of liquid. This stuff kind of goes on a little thick. So we're just going to wipe down the pan with a bit of oil, drop in our egg mixture, spin it around a little bit to allow it to level out, and cover. We're going to let that cook for just about a minute and a half. You're going to see it's going to kind of dry up around the edges, and you should be able to pick it up. Now, I'm going to try to flip this over. I'm hoping it's not a mess. You can see I tried to smooth out some of the top here, but once we flip it over, let's push it down in to create a smooth top, and now let's pipe in our cheese. Now I just grabbed just a basic piping bag. We're going to load in about half the cheese. We don't need all of it. Cut off about 3/4 of an inch size tip, which to be honest was a little bit too big. I should have stayed about a 1/2 of an inch. That would have been fine. And then pipe this closer towards the handle, so that way we can roll the omelet over the cheese. Now I'm going to move the handle so that way it's in my left hand, roll the omelet over while we're tilting the pan, and we're just going to kind of continue rolling that until the end of the pan. Now I'm just going to bring this over to the plate, and we're going to roll that directly onto the plate so that way we can get the seam side down. This came out perfect. Now I'm just going to coat this with a little bit of vegan butter, crush some Cape Cod salt and vinegar chips. I thought that might be a good flavor for this. Maybe a little bit too many of them. Coat it with a little bit of pepper and then toss on some chives, and this looks amazing. I mean, this came out like a really incredibly good omelet. I am excited to see what Monica has to say.
Oh, it's like from the Bear.
Yes! That's awesome.
And I just said I wanted something like that, so.
Boom.
Super cool.
Okay, try it out. We're going to try something new.
All right, here we
Okay.
go. This is really good.
Is it really good?
Yeah, I love this. Get a little piece of the egg, just the egg. This is awesome. This is just like an egg. I don't really know what the filling is, but it makes it taste really good.
So what do you think? Is it
It's really good. The egg part is really flavorful. It's got a bite just like an egg. Like, I wouldn't think this wasn't an egg. And then the inside,
nice eggy kind of look to
it
it?
doesn't fall apart. It stays firm. The inside is got a great texture. It just melts in your mouth and it tastes really, really good. Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, that is great. Nice crisp from the chips.
Oh yeah, I didn't comment on the chips because I was focused on
Well, yeah, I mean, the chips just add like a
Yeah.
crunchy kind of texture to it that you would normally not get out of an
I love
omelet.
the chips and the chives.
Oh, that's delicious.
Sour cream and onion. Yeah, it's really good.
Does it taste like a cheese in the middle?
It does, yeah. It melts in your mouth like cheese. It tastes like egg and cheese, and it's tastes like an omelet.
Super excited about that. Yeah,
Love it.
everything you need.
Yeah, it's really good.
So here we go. This is great. Yeah.
Love it.
And we have tons of the egg left, so I can make a bunch of them.
That's awesome.
Here we go, baby. Well, that's your dinner.
Okay. Yeah, this is great. Thanks for making this.